Hi everyone, happy Monday. Welcome to my weekly Bobcast. Coming to you as usual from the office here on a Monday evening, doing some things, getting ready for a class later. As you can see from the title of the Bobcast, tonight's Bobcast is, what are you afraid of? Okay, it's been a crazy few days. Some bad things happened. Lost a dear friend. And some wonderful things happen. So I wanted to get into this tonight. A couple of things that brought this to my attention, actually. First thing is I read an article uh, about the local economy, and then I had a talk with someone, and all of these things kind of spurred this topic tonight. So this wasn't sent in by anyone. This was just brought on by some things that have happened over the last few days. So what I want to ask you is a question, is what are you afraid of? Are you really living life, or are you just paying the bills until you die? And be honest with yourself, folks. Which one of those are you doing? Are you experiencing things, or are you just getting up every day to the drudgery of going to work and paying the bills? Okay? Have you ever heard the saying, don't be so busy making a living that you forget to make a life? Okay? That is so true, and we're all guilty of it at one point or another. Whether it's at a different time in life, or whether it's now, or no matter what's going on. So we've all been guilty of it, whether we've come through it or whether you're in it now. We're all guilty of worrying so much about paying the bills, about making this, about doing that, that we forget to actually live life. So here's what I want to talk to you about. When we were kids. Okay, the reason those conversations and the loss of my friend brought this on is because what I've talked about many times in the past is regret. Getting to the end of life and regretting that you hadn't tried something, or regretting that you didn't ask that person out, or start that business, or learn that instrument, or whatever it was. And so here's what I want to mention to you to start off with. When we were kids, see, we were told that we could do anything we wanted to. We could be anything we wanted to be. We could do anything that we wanted to do and accomplish and achieve anything we want, right? Remember, my son's going to kill me, but I'll never forget when he was in preschool and they asked him what he wanted to be at the preschool play. He said he wanted to be a fire hydrant. Okay? Hi, Jeremy. Hi, Linda. He said he wanted to be a fire hydrant, and I jokingly say that, but think about that. When you're a kid, you want to be a fireman, or an astronaut, or a dancer, or a musician, or singer, whatever it is you want to be. And we're told that we can be any of those things, right? And the problem comes in that as you get a little bit older, what happens is people start telling you what you can't do. And that's what they focus on. You can't do that because you're not tall enough. You can't do that because we don't come from the right neighborhood. You can't do that because X, Y, and Z. And understand that it's not always because people are trying to discourage you. Sometimes they think they're doing it for you for your own good, okay, because they think they know what's best for you. Hi, Mandy and Angie. And that's what happens. You ever heard people talk about... I have an incredible business, and I mention it many times. But think about something about people. I go to a lot of motivational seminars and do a lot of things like that. And people talk about people being brainwashed to believe they can achieve this or believe they can achieve that. And what I'll say is the opposite. If you don't think you can do it, you've been brainwashed that you're a failure, that you can't do something, okay, that you can't accomplish something. I don't know, before I go any further, because I feel like I'm going to get off on a tangent here, let me tell you how to reach out to me. As usual, Bob Norman on Facebook. My business page is Buff Monkey Marketing. On Twitter, it's at Buff_Monkey. On Instagram, Buff_Monkey. My email address is Buff_Monkey@Reagan.com. And on YouTube, my YouTube channel is Big Norm 1963. Been getting, like I say all the time, a ton of comments, a ton of feedback, topic suggestions. Please keep them coming. And also, please keep sharing these videos. I'm seeing more and more folks sharing these videos, and it's greatly appreciated. So, I don't know if the other day you guys saw, it was about a week ago, I posted on my Facebook page my favorite poem. Hi, Stacy and Robin. I posted my favorite poem on my Facebook page, and it's called Our Deepest Fear by Marianne Williamson. And I'm going to read just a little selection of that, but I want you to think about this. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, and fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? Your playing small does not serve the world. We're all meant to shine as children do, and as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give others permission to do the same. Now, why did I read that to you? I read that to you because of what I just mentioned a minute ago about how when we're kids, people tell us that we can do anything we want, and then as we start to get a little older, they tell us what we can't do. Okay? I'm going to ask you a couple of questions. I don't know who are into wrestling, high school, college wrestling. It's, to me, the best sport in the world. But recently, the Pennsylvania State Championships were held, and I got to watch a match between Spencer Lee and DeSanto. Spencer Lee hadn't lost a match in his high school career, three-time defending state champ. DeSanto lost to him last year in the finals pretty badly, technical fall if I remember. He dropped a weight class so that he could wrestle that guy again, and he beat him. Okay, he beat an undefeated wrestler to win the state championship. Why am I telling you that? Because that young man was on a mission. That young man had a goal, and that young man knew that he could do it. He could go out there and get that. And people didn't tell him that he couldn't do it. Okay? So what happens when you see a 15-year-old girl, like the girl that sings with Postmodern Jukebox, 15 years old, incredible singer, and she's there performing professionally? What do we say about that? Do we sit and go, who does she think she is? Wow, look at her. Isn't she lucky? No, she believed in herself. And she had people that believed in her and told her that she could do it, and she went after it instead of people always telling people what they can't do. Okay? So let me ask you a question. Here's a saying for you. Stop being afraid of what could go wrong and start being excited about what could go right. Okay? I'm going to give you an example of myself, and I do that every once in a while. Again, these are things that I've had to learn through trial and error and through some rough times over the years. And so when I give you these examples and I give you these suggestions and use these topics, it's not to put anybody down. It's to let you know we're all there at one point or another, and that we all can come out of it if you want to come out of it bad enough. For example, I'm going to be up in Western New York in the near future for a training class for my business. And I'm also going to be talking to a couple of people who are interested in working with me and help me on the expansion of my business. I'm trying to expand. I just talked to a friend in North Carolina also that's going to help me reach out and make some connections down there. And here's what I want to ask you. Who do I think I am? That I could live in a little tiny town of Hibbs of 19 houses and have a global business and expand and do those kind of... Who do I think I am? Who do I think I am that I went back to school? That I'm still in school. When I'm 54, I'm in school again for naturopathy. Who do I think I am that I could open a business or go back to school or whatever it is that you know who I am? I'm Bob Norman. Okay, and you need to have that same attitude about yourself. You need to love yourself. You need to understand that you can accomplish things. So let me ask you another question. Let me tell you this. Stop being afraid to dream. Stop being afraid to try new things. Stop being afraid to ask him or her out on a date. Stop being afraid to wear the loud shirt or to dance or to learn something new. Just stop being afraid, folks. Stop being afraid. And did anybody see, I'm going to bring it up here, so I'm going to look at this while we're talking, but I'm going to tell you this. The only limits that we have are the limits that we place on ourselves, or the limits that we allow others to place on us. Okay? I posted, if you look today, my post on Facebook also says it. People get so comfortable with being miserable because at least it's the known quantity that they're afraid to take a risk. They're afraid to ask that girl or guy out. They're afraid to wear that shirt that they like for fear someone might make fun of them or not like it, or they're afraid to go back to school because people are going to think, who do they think they are? I actually had someone tell me that. Who am I to do this? And that really touched me because I'm thinking, who are you to not do it? Who are you to think so little of yourself that you don't think you can accomplish something? You know what? I might fall on my face when I try some new things, but at least I gave it a shot. I got in the ring and I took some swings, okay? And when I'm, again, like I used that example of Tony Robbins before, when I'm 80 years old and I'm sitting in my rocking chair looking back on my life, I won't regret the fact that I didn't take a swing. Okay, if I go down, it'll be going down swinging. I'm not going down looking, to use a baseball analogy. So I want you to ask yourself those questions. Are you living life, or are you just paying bills till you die? What are you afraid of? What's holding you back from going after things you want? I have a bucket list. I don't know how many of you have a bucket list. Comment on this video and tell me how many of you actually have a bucket list. I know the younger people probably don't, but some of us do. I'm gonna write a book. I want to learn an instrument eventually. There's some things on my bucket list that I'm going to accomplish. Figure out what you want and go after it. Okay? Stop being afraid to try new things. Stop being afraid to experience life. I promise you, folks, my wonderful friend's gone now. Okay? I promise you that you won't regret trying new things and experiencing new things and going after new things. And there's Maria, there's my girl Jen, and there's Maria on there who's just starting a brand new business venture, a fitness. This woman has accomplished some incredible things in fitness and weight loss, and now she's going to start helping others. She's launching a new business. Her name's Maria Allhouse, ALLSHOUSE. So look her up and look and see what she's going after. And go after some things, folks. Stop being afraid to try things. Stop being afraid and go get it. I promise you that you won't regret trying, okay? But you will regret not trying. All right, everyone. Have a great evening and have a great week. We're going to start adding some things on here and doing some things on Periscope as well. Some business things. So watch for that on Periscope. That's on Twitter. For those of you not familiar with Periscope, it's a live video broadcast on Periscope. Once again, reach out to me at those in those ways that I put out. And please share these videos with your friends and people on Facebook and retweet them or share them from YouTube if you would. Let's get the word out to some people and give some people the confidence to go out and experience and live life. Have a great evening, everyone.